Yeah, and then other people like Justin Bieber, Drake. Do you listen to those kind of people?
Oh, always. I'm not the biggest fan of Drake. I do enjoy his music. I like what he does. Depends on the song. There's some songs that I like, others I don't enjoy.
Today, we have a very special guest joining us from
Quebec.
Canada. We have Fred from the band Sucker Punch. And how's everything going for you, man? Thanks for coming on.
Pretty awesome. Really glad to be here. We're still a kind of a baby band, if you can say that. Like, it's been 2 years since our first song came out. Since then, we've been keeping the ball rolling, so it's pretty nice. We're trying to get ourselves out there as much as possible also.
Going along with what you were just talking about, can you kind of tell us about how the band started and when music kind of began for you personally?
For me personally, I started singing a long time ago. I just never knew if I would make a career out of it because, there's so many good singers, so many good artists out there. You're always like competing, even though you don't want to see it as a competition. I'm a little bit like that because you compare yourself to other singers, other artists in any different genre because I'm a big fan of like a lot of different style of music. So it's hard for me to not compare myself to other singers in any genre of music because I always want my voice to get better. I like navigated, I did cover bands and stuff like that, and it just gave me a little more skills as a singer. So I sang many different genre of music like pop, country, rock, and pop punk. Always been a big fan of pop punk and rock at first. When the opportunity to start a band came up to me, it was just a no-brainer. It was like a teenage dream to get the chance to get a band going with the bros. So the band like Sucker Punch just weirdly happened during COVID. Two of the boys, Joe and Terry, they were sending themselves like music, bass riffs and stuff back and forth. And they were just like, we've got something cool going on. Like, do we want to do something with that? And Joe hit me up. He's like, yo, we've got like these awesome riffs and demos and we think we could do something with that. Do you want to maybe get together and start fucking around,
Right, yeah.
And then we just like started like that and then back and forth throwing ideas and then the other boys came in the band, went all together like so easily and so well, and then we knocked on some doors like around Montreal and the Quebec area, and then we opened ourselves up to the rest of Canada, more Ontario, because it's closer to us. And then we got like connections with different producers, different writers for creating our songs and like, putting all of our ideas together and working with other professionals in the music industry. Everything went not what we expected. When you start a project, you never know where it's going. We had like this fire inside of us. We've got something good going on, so we should try for real. Go ahead and knock on doors. Don't be shy to ask sometime, for anything. Even if you get a no, at least you get an answer. If you
Right.
get no answers, at least you try. That's how it works.
That's honestly what we've been doing. I mean, we've been reaching out to so many different people, and we're lucky to have people agree to kind of do what we've been doing, like yourself. How did you guys meet in the band? Was it friends from high school, or how'd that kind of happen?
Some of the band members, they've known each other for a long time. Like two of the band members, Zach and Terry, two of the guitar players, they've known each other. They had band before. They met like I think early in high school. Then came along Joe that started playing with them in another band, and then Romy also came in the band. And then this band didn't work out. A couple years passed. I met Joe and Romy at a venue because they were performing as a cover band. Also, they had like this side project called the Shooners. They would do like sets in bars with their amazing singer. Fanny is an amazing vocalist, and she would do like 3-hour sets, like rocking the shit out of the place. A machine. And then at some point, Joe was like, do you want to come on stage and like do songs, like 2 songs? We've got this song, and that song. Which one do you know? Like, so I was like, I could jump on a Blink 182 song, that's for sure. And then I jumped on stage, I did the Blink song, and I think Bryan Adams song, and everyone was like, oh shit. And Joe was like, this guy, I want to work with this guy someday. And it fucking happened. It's so funny because I've met Romy because he was one of my best friends of all time. He was his roommate for a while. And that's how we met. And that's how I met Joe. And that's how I met the rest of the band. Weird circumstances led to us connecting. And today we're a freaking band together. And it's so amazing. This is perfect.
Yeah, no, that's a cool story. It's funny how your networks kind of work together like that.
Exactly. You never know.
I've heard so many different stories about like how bands begun. Like I hear childhood friends. Some people come together through Craigslist, literally just searching for everybody. The next question we had was,
Yeah.
as a band and also as a singer personally, what are some of your influences for both?
As a band, I think all of our influences are really diverse because we're all big lovers of pop punk and like alt music in general, but we're also big fans of like pop music, country music. So we've always tried to blend what we like as much as possible to create something that's the same but different as what we always listened to as teenagers, because we're big on nostalgia. We grew up with pop punk and stuff, so we're like, we want to create something that resembles what we love but still has that different vibe that's sucker punch, you know, that's like makes us who we are, our identity. We've blended many things and we've worked with country writers for lyrics because we wanted like that vibe, wanted that country vibe. So we sat down with them and wrote songs together. And then we've worked with producers for like alt music and pop music. We're just trying to connect with many different genres to create something that's like pop punk, but with like flavors of different kind of like things. Same thing for me as a singer. I'm a big fan of Ariana Grande. She's like one of my favorite singers in the world. And I'm a big fan of like rock and roll music. My favorite male singer is Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin. It's like one of my biggest influences as a singer. In my opinion, there's no like, you shouldn't put boundaries on music. You can have likes and dislikes, but there's so many different things you can find and love. So yeah, you should be always open to finding like bops and like many different genres. That's cool.
One thing that I really like about music is how creative you can get with it. Kind of like you were saying, there's so many avenues you can come from where you could go. And you see it with a lot of artists nowadays too, where they start with something and then they split off to something else, like MGK, for example.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Perfect example. And that's the best thing you can do, exploring. And you shouldn't put barriers on your art. You never know what you can create that can connect even more with yourself than what you were creating before, thinking that it was you, that it was what represents you and what you like, you know. I love the fact that the boys in the band are also like me on this. They want to try and like pick some stuff from other kind of like music and melt these together. And I love doing pop vocals. I love doing riffing and stuff like that. I don't do them a lot in our band. I do it in like certain parts of the song because we want it to be to fit. I love that they let me do it because I love doing this and they're all for it. We just try to make it like tasteful, like not too much. I don't want to be like Mariah Carey of pop punk, but you know, I still love doing these like little runs and stuff. It's always fun.
Moving into music in your area in Canada.
Yeah.
So what is the pop punk scene like where you're from? Like any other bands around you or?
Yes. In Canada, a band that we really like is called Dear Youth. They're like getting really good attention right now. We've worked with one of their band members called Luke. We've produced demos with them a while ago and we still connect with them a little bit, but that's really a great band to hit up. You should definitely hit them up because they're nice dudes, amazing music in the genre. They're from out of Toronto, Canada. Pretty nice band that we hope someday we'll get to do some shows with.
Right.
Hopefully, sending them in the universe.
Right.
Hopefully it's going to happen. Maybe this year, maybe next year. We never know. But yeah, really cool dudes. And there's other awesome bands in our genre that we think should have like attention. I'd say like I love Second Harbor out of Montreal also. Second Harbor, awesome. I love their style of music and I love the singer's voice. He has this like flavorful vocal with like grunginess but like cleanness at the same time. It's like he switches in between angst and clean vocals and I think it's so fucking cool. I haven't heard that a lot in other bands, so I really enjoy them also for that.
I've heard of them before, for sure. I think they've popped up on my algorithm already. Yeah, they're good.
Cool dudes also. I think our first show ever was with them, if I'm correct. I think it was with them. Or it was their second show, I'm not sure. Really enjoyed that time we shared the stage.
We'll have to look into them. Maybe we'll end up reaching out to them, talking to them.
Hell yeah. That'd be cool.
Staying in kind of your area around home, what are some of your favorite venues? And are there common areas or common venues that you perform at?
One of the most common venue to perform out of Montreal is Turbo House. First of all, it's like 120 cap room. People are so in the middle of downtown Montreal. So it's like whenever there's a show, there's always people that knows or don't know you that the room's going to be full. It's a great place and people love music in Montreal. So the staff is awesome. The owner of the bar is also full on doing shows and putting up like some emo nights and stuff. We've had amazing nights there with cool bands that came out of like Canada, the US. It's a pretty cool venue. And there's another one called The Ritz. PDB. Like it's in Montreal, but it's less downtown, but it's still a pretty nice venue. We did a show with Spitalfield there a couple months ago. two months ago, I think. And it was a really nice venue. I know the max capacity of it, I don't remember, but it was kind of like a big square. It's not too high of a stage. I think it's a nice venue too. Sounds is really good too. Two good venues in Montreal that I have like good memories were these two.
You guys perform pretty often, right?
We try. We want to, but we feel like we want to perform in Canada. We would also want to perform out of the US and elsewhere around the world. And we know that for that, we still need to work on our stuff, still have like more music out there and like reach out to other bands and also like connect with other bands from the US and elsewhere in the world. At some point, I'm sure we will find ways to perform elsewhere. We're doing Montreal on May 4th, Toronto on May 5th with Punk Rock Factory out of the UK. That's an awesome story because they found us. Their favorite song of ours is Night Calls, and they found us that way. They hit us up, and then we just back and forth, like sending messages, like loving. And then they're just like, we're touring in North America, and they're just like, would you want to? And we're like, we would want to. So yeah, we just got those gigs. It just happened. I think that these dudes are just like so cool, and they saw like potential in what we're doing, and they got us these two awesome gigs with them. So we're really stoked on that.
Have you played at the two venues yet or no?
No, we never played Vermont Theater, which is an amazing venue. What's awesome also is that it's open to all ages. I'm going to invite my brothers and my nephews and my niece. So it's like they're going to see me on stage. So it's pretty cool. It's like it's rare because you always get like these venues, like kind of bars and stuff. It's nice to have a venue that's like more of a like a theater, concert venue, open to everyone. Some of my friends also have kids, so they'll probably bring their kids up. And then it's going to be a nice show. And then the other one is the Velvet in Toronto. I've never played there before, but I've heard so many great things about that place. Velvet Underground, I think, if I'm correct. Can't wait to get there. Can't wait to perform there with Punk Rock Factory. Never played these places and really stoked on that.
What is like the process of when you go to a new venue? There's a lot of equipment with instruments and everything. Like, what is the process?
It's always complicated because we mostly will get like a conversation going with the staff from that venue to know like when do we load in, where do we load in. Sometimes in like bars, there's like no loading areas. Sorry, a little burpee. I felt it. It was like right here. I was like, no, it's gonna come out. We try and like as much information as we can so that we can like easily get our stuff inside the venue. Conversation about also what to bring depending on the night and roster of the show. Sometimes we just need to bring one drum. Do we bring our drum? Do they have one? Other bands bring one. We always try to get this easiest way possible. If someone is willing to share their drum, it's even easier for everyone to just like set up their like cymbals and stuff and like just their crash, and the rest is like shared, so that's cool. And we have like this X32 rig, so we're all in ear, so it's not that much equipment to bring. It's kind of a big box. It rolls, so it's easily bringable, if I'm correct. We try to make it like pack it as small as possible to make it easier for everyone, for us and for everyone also. We try to do like a plug and play kind of deal, you know?
Okay.
Just last night, we were in Cleveland, Ohio for a show.
Hell yeah.
We were filming and taking some photos and everything, and we had access to the green room and backstage and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's 4 bands.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
hell yeah. Yeah, a lot of like back and forth people just walking around. It's like, oh, I forgot this and that, and then just chatting a little bit. And their vocalist like doing warm up.
We were just trying to stay out of the way.
I'm the guy in the green room that like doing like weird noises, warming up. Like people look at me like, what the fuck is he doing? I'm like just doing my thingies, you know, doing my thing.
Growing up in Canada, you had a lot of really big like artists from there. You know, people like Avril Lavigne, which I'm sure probably a big fan of with your genre of music.
Oh yes, like big fan.
Yeah, and then other people like Justin Bieber, Drake. You know, do you listen to those kind of people?
Oh, always. I'm not the biggest fan of Drake. I do enjoy his music. I like what he does. Depends on the song. There's some songs that I like, others I don't enjoy. There's some of them that I like, but I'm a big fan of Justin Bieber though. Like, like I can't say I'm not. Like I'm a big fan of pop music. I can't say like I like all of his things. As I said, like there's some good songs and some are not really good, but like it's okay. I remember following him from his debut on YouTube, like playing little acoustic guitar, singing songs, like doing like little riffies. Like this 12 years old boy with like such an amazing voice, skills, really inspired me to like, get better in that like kind of genre of music. He's one of the singers that really got me into pop singing, doing runs and riffs and stuff like that. Big respect for that dude. Fan of like his work. I'm glad that he's got done with being like a young guy, like doing weird stuff and like on the verge of being not good. He grew up to be an adult, and I think he's doing a lot better now. And he grew up with like such a big amount of money that it's normal that it gets a little bit to your head when you're like a kid. You're like 14 years old and you're rich. And he
Right.
wasn't like really like surrounded with the best people, I feel. I'm glad to see him thrive a little more. I enjoy his music, so.
He's really good. That's why he has the huge following that he does, for sure.
Exactly. That's why, yes. You can hear it from his old videos. Like he knows how to sing. He's not a fake singer. It's not an auto-tune singer. He's a good performer. He has the ear, as they say. It's like he knows how to create, and it's not only a singer. Like he's a musician, all in all. You know, he plays many different instruments, and so that's why I have like a lot of respect for this guy.
You kind of alluded to this a little bit ago, how you hope to travel the world and play your music, of course. Would you say there's any challenges getting exposed and like reaching other countries like the US, Europe, places like that?
Yes, there is. What's nice though, it's that nowadays with social media, many opportunities to get ourselves out there and heard. We know that like Spotify and stuff, and like the money that's going on there for small artists as ourselves that are trying to grow, not getting that much money from stream is not a big deal. We have the opportunity to get heard around the world. When you're seeing your stats on Spotify artists and you see people from Indonesia and from Brazil and from the UK and from like everywhere around the globe that loves that genre of music, that they connect with your music. I'm just thinking to myself, like, way back, I would never have this opportunity so easily, you know? So we're trying to use this, you know? Like, we're trying to be ahead of our time. This is the greatest tool for a starting band to get ourselves heard and get people's attention, like with Instagram and stuff, you know? There's many ways for us to connect with people and to get people to listen to our music and get in people's faces, kind of. We're trying to get there that way with like all of the help of the internet.
Right.
The magic of the internet. The challenge of going to the US is mostly because there's visas, like working visas that you need to get, which is kind of expensive. So doing shows in the US needs to be like prepared. Once you get the visas, you need to have at least a couple of shows if you want to like kind of like reimburse your visas that you bought. So this is like the biggest challenge. It's not that big of a deal, you know, just you need to hit up bands and like connect with many different kind of bands, and then as soon as you get a good amount of shows on the road, you got the visa, it's a good thing, you know, it works. So it's just a matter of like getting ready and doing it properly.
We're hoping that you do get to come to America sometime soon.
Oh, that would be so awesome. It's a big dream for us.
We're in Pennsylvania, so come visit us too.
Hell yeah. If we travel, if we do tour, we'll fucking hit you up, that's for sure.
Right.
Yes, please do.
Oh, hell yeah. That would be so cool. Touring around America would be a dream. I can't even put into words. Like, all my life, I've wanted to do shows, you know. I did shows in the U.S. with a cover band before, but you're covering other artists, so it's not your songs, which is it's still really cool. Like, gigantic venues in front of, like, thousands of people, even though it wasn't my music, and it's so awesome, and I just love performing. This is what I love to do the most. Like, be on stage and, like, just fucking sing my heart out. So if I could do it with my boys, with the band, with our music, our songs, like, that would be just the best thing ever.
It's crazy, kind of just like the logistics of touring in the US, getting new venues, hooking up with like new bands just all over the world.
Oh, hell yeah.
I feel like not a lot of people know, because just the regular like fan just like shows up to the concert. It's really cool and interesting to like kind of see like the background behind the scenes of everything of kind of how it's...
Also, when you're an independent artist, also it's like you have to do everything yourself. So it's like if you want to find other bands, you need to hit them up, you need to find them, you need to connect with them, and then create a relationship in the sense that you want to collaborate on. It needs to be a win-win at the end of the day. Like, you want to perform there, but you want them also to get something off of it. You want everyone to win in every situation that you create with other artists and stuff like that, because that's how it works. You want like good vibes and just leave the venue and everyone's an amazing night, an amazing crowd, and had fun. Creating that connection with other bands and then finding the venue and then promoting it. It needs to be this each and every show that you do. So that's a lot of work, but when you're passionate, you just find ways. That's how it goes. And that's what we did so far. With all that we've done is out of like passion and out of wanting our band to get to another level every time, putting the effort to always try and like climb the ladder, you know.
Going off of like the more individual artists, or what does producing music look like for you guys?
It's really cool because sending like music riffs and stuff like that back and forth. Terry is like mastermind of creating riffs and stuff like that, and he's always sending it to Joe. Joe is another like amazing musician. Both of them go back and forth, send stuff. They do it like at home. And then whenever we got something that we find there's something there, and like we love that, and then we just build around it. So we create an instrumental demo, and then the other boys, they add their sauce to it. Like we go back and forth, like, okay, this, that, and this, and then we go to writing. So we hit up our friends that we love to write with, and then we sit down and like find a theme. Mostly we'll relate to something that we've been through, I've been through, something like that. Just like go to in our like life and just try and write something that connects with me and would probably connect with other people too. Then we just go ahead and write it, and then as soon as we got like that writing done, I record the demo at home. I have like my little small studio, so I can record my vocals there. And then demo's ready. We do that for a couple of songs like that. And then when we're good to go, we go and produce them. Because we always do them like in batches. Next batch that we're doing is like, how many songs did we do? We did a couple of songs. Some have been done on the same time. We did a batch of like 5 songs that we recorded one shot. And then we recorded 2 other songs, if I'm correct. I think we've got like 7-ish songs that are not ready, but like close to being ready. And we're really excited about them. So we mostly like do batches of songs and then release them every 2 months or so. That's digital media, you know, that's how it works. If you want your song to get some attention, just go one by one, then single by single, and just try and pop them. Every song gets their own amount of love, you know. We try and create as much as we can, and then we scratch when something is not what we expected it to be. And then we keep what we love.
Naturally, there's going to come small creative differences, I guess, because like I don't want to call it arguments because that's way too dramatic. How do you kind of like resolve creative differences when it comes to the themes of the music, certain like lyrics and everything? Like how do you kind of like push through that?
I think we choose our fights. We know sometimes when it's not worth it. If it's good, it works. I know like sometimes something is like bothering me a little bit. I'm like, but the song is good. Like it's my own taste. It's like only my taste. So it's not bad. And I'm gonna love it at the end of the day, you know? Putting like water in our wine. Okay, like I don't like that, but everyone seemed to like it. And I know at the end of the day I'm gonna like it. So it's okay. You never should take any of these like personally. It's a creative process. And sometimes ideas are gonna work. Sometimes it's not gonna work. But it doesn't mean that you're not doing well. You're not good. It just means that for that specific song, that specific sound, it wasn't the best idea. Wipe it off and like just continue creating, continue putting in your words and your effort. And so far it's been going so well. We didn't really have any big creative like differences or arguments and stuff. With like small little details, and it's mostly resolved in 20-30 minutes or so. It's like, okay, everyone seems to like that part. I didn't like it, but everyone likes it. Okay, I'm just like, I'm stepping off. Like it's okay. A cover art for like the single, and the person's like, I hate it. But it was like so nice, it's so fucking awesome, I love it. It's like, I fucking hate it. But everyone loves it, so I'm gonna shut up and just step back, you know? 'Cause we're always trying to like make everyone like everything, but just sometimes it's like that. So you just take your wins and you take your losses. At the end of the day, as long as the song resembles what you wanted, it works. We're all happy with what we've done so far. No one's been disliked. Like from the band disliked what we did. So I guess we're lucky on that also because everyone has like kind of the same vision. Really nice working with these dudes.
Part of why you picked the group you're with, because you're all similar in a lot of ways. You kind of alluded to this already with songwriting. It sounds like you do a lot of collaboration when it comes to like writing lyrics.
Mm-hmm. We love doing that, yeah.
What does kind of your like songwriting process look like for you personally?
What we do mostly is I always kind of like write stuff on my own just for fun, like just writing thoughts, and sometimes just give thematics. So like, oh, I love this, I love where it's going. I know I'm not going to be able to put into words everything that I'm thinking about, so it's nice to have like the main idea of what you want, where you want to go. Having like other person that are professional songwriters, and they do this for a living. They're just amazing people. So your ideas, and then we connect mostly via Zoom or like platforms like these ones, and we do a session like 4 people, and then we just go with the melody of the song, just like scratching on an acoustic guitar, and then we go together and like throw and pitch stuff and like vocal melody. Okay, we like that vocal melody, let's try and build on that. And then we're going with the theme that we chose, and then we were finding words and ways of saying what the idea was at the beginning. So it's like it's a big process of throwing what you're thinking about, and then someone says something and it inspires something off of someone else, and it's just like back and forth. And again, you're saying something. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. So it's just like your idea wasn't the best one, so just wipe it off and think about something else. Don't stick to your ideas. That's what's nice about writing sessions, because everyone's pitching something different, and it inspires other things to come out, and it's so cool. It's fun.
So did you say that you do the instruments first and then you put vocals on top of it? Is that right?
Yes, exactly.
We never wrote a song without having an instrumental first. if I'm correct.
I've heard both sides of that, starting with
Hmm.
lyrics, starting with instrumental. Yeah. So I was just
Yeah, we
curious.
love having like the vibe of the song first, and then we just find a vocal melody to like top it off, and then at the end though, when we have like the vocal like lyrics and stuff, we'll go through the instrumental and clean to make the vocals and the instrumental like really match together. Music demo is like there, then the vocals get on top of it, and we try and make the vocals like rise kind of on top of the mix, and then that's why we like process, and then we just change stuff in the music to make it like blend together as best as we can.
Kind of on the same idea of your songwriting process. My personal favorite one of your songs is Hollywood Ending.
Hell yeah.
Can you kind of tell us the story behind that song?
Hollywood Ending, people would think that Hollywood Ending is like a relationship kind of like song about like couples and stuff, but it's mostly about like friendship. Mostly about like, you see like these movies and like friends that are always going to end up together even though someone's outgrown the other one, or one of them has been like a bad friend to the other ones. Like always at the end of the day, we'll finish with like a happy ending. This song is mostly of like, hey, if that person doesn't fit your life anymore and doesn't make you feel good, friendship is a thing. Old friendship is awesome, but if that person is not good for you, you shouldn't stay there. I won't give you your Hollywood ending because you don't deserve it. Like I won't give you the friendship that you want because you're not giving it back to me also. You know, it's a give. When you're friend with someone, it should always uplift the other one. That's what you want in friendship. You want your friend to lift you up when you're down, and you're going to lift up your friend when they're down. You're going to help them out. If the relationship doesn't suit you, doesn't bring you anything positive, you should leave. Kind of the theme of the song is don't give someone what they want if they don't give you what you need also. It's important to respect yourself. If you respect yourself first, and then you can respect the other one.
If you had to give it like a timeline, kind of how long does a song like that is it in the works? When did you start making it, and then when it was released, how long was that time frame?
Ooh, good question. I'd say,
I'm sure they're all different, so that's why I was curious.
yeah, exactly. So we have this folder with all of our instrumental demos. We go through them. We've got a couple that we're using, we're not using, and then we're just modifying stuff. Once we find the riff that we like, we hit up our writers. We've got the demo done. We're going to writers like a week after. Then we write the song. Mostly we'll do it in one session, sometimes like a 4-hour session. And sometimes we'll have to do like a smaller session to just like finish the song and like make sure that we have everything that we want. After that, it's like going to clean up the instrumental, making sure that we have everything together. And then as soon as the instrumental is clean, we know that the lyrics fit together. I record my vocal demo. And once we have like the demo completed, we mostly like do multiple demos before going to production. Like, we do the songs directly. And then it's a process. We did 5 songs last time that we worked with our producer, Kyle Marchand, out of Toronto. We got in, I think, 8 days, I think. We did like pre-production, recording the guitar, real parts, recording the bass, and then recording drums and stuff, and then recording vocals. It depends on who you're working with. Also, if you chill or if you're like really on to like getting shit done. So with Kyle, which is nice, like it's a little bit of both. We chill, we have a good relationship with him. He's such a cool dude, but we get shit done also. That's cool. So 8 days, I think, are our 5 songs, if I'm correct. And then I just had to punch some vocals back in Toronto after, because we've had problems with our recording vocals. And I just had to punch some stuff, so we went to Toronto and like just cleaned up some stuff. We worked on some instrumental part that we wanted to get better and just stuff like that. So it was like a weekend. We worked with it. So maybe a total of like 11 to 12 days getting 5 songs done. But it depends, you know.
I'm looking at kind of your earlier songs. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was Breakup the first song that you released as a band?
Breakup, yeah.
Looking at like the songs that you released early in the band, has anything kind of changed over time as you guys have done your work?
Yes, a lot. I mean, like Breakup, our first song, but we just like went all in at first. Like we recorded like 4 songs to begin with. And we just like wanted to hit as much as we can in the face with these first songs, try and get the production exactly where we wanted it. So we're like, let's go all out, like pop punk, add some pop elements, synths and stuff. Like everything that we love, we tried like melting together and try to create something unique, but get the nostalgia going. The process changed a lot because we worked with like some people at first, and then it made us connect with other people and then understand more also how it works to create songs, like work with other people. Got us working with producer from Toronto called Anton DeLoss, but now he's moved to California. We just caught it before he was moving, so it was awesome. So our second kind of EP with like Hollywood Ending, Game Time, Freak Show, and what's the last song? My brain. Whoa, I forget one song. But yeah, all like the second part of our kind of like music, it really like it changed a little bit because we wanted to add different vibes. Game Time is like, it has this big country vibe to it because we love country. So there's like a lap steel, there's a little banjo hidden in the back, elements like super pop, super country, but pop punk at the same time. That's what we try to do. We try to blend together stuff. So every song we try to create something that resembles us, but also that's different because that's what we are. We love all kind of music, so we're just trying to make pop punk with variety to it.
Was Party Crashers the song you were forgetting?
Yes, exactly. Party Crashers. That was the song. Thanks.
When you were listing them off, I have my list down here. I was like, I don't think he said that one. That's
no,
exactly.
That's the exact one I missed.
Again, it's kind of a common theme with everyone we've talked to that, as the years go on, there's a definite like change, like everything progresses, and usually it seems like you get more creative, which it sounds like kind of what you were saying.
Yes, exactly, because you know what you like, what you dislike. Your identity as a band also forms. You know your sound, you know what makes you you. So you try to navigate around that and like try to bring the band outside of the comfort zone, like doing the same kind of like pattern every time, because it could be like that. Every time you do a song, you know that song works. You try to recreate something, but we don't want to do that. We don't want to create something different every time. Even though we know which song worked more, we just try to get something different, something that's unique. That people won't say, oh, this is Night Call 2.0. Night Call is working super well. We know it, but do we want to create another Night Call? Night Call exists already, so let's try and create something that's different, but that can get the same love,
Creating original stuff all the time, yeah.
Yes, trying to, because it's hard nowadays. Like, feels like everything's been done, so just try to like fuck around with what you have and like try and just, get something together.
As we're still talking about your songs that you've released, I've seen that you've had a couple collabs on some of your songs. Like Free Friends is the one that sticks in my mind.
Yeah.
How do like the collaborations that you've already had, how did they kind of originate? How did they come about?
We connected with Free Friends a couple months ago, just as bands that are growing and like trying to be a part of the scene. You follow others, you connect with them, you start chatting and stuff. At some point, we were talking about like shows and stuff, maybe doing shows at some point in the US and then coming to Canada. It was a back and forth conversation, and they sent us this song, Checkpoint. And they're like, we've got this song. It's mostly done. We feel like Fred would be a great add to it, and there you go. So what do you think? And then we got the song and we're like, that's a cool song. And then we wrote them back. We're like, do you give us the go to fuck around with the music and add that like little Sucker Punch flavor to it? And they're like, yeah, go ahead. We're open to like, creating something that's together, like a collab, not a featuring, but like a collab, melting our two styles together. And then we fucked around with the instrumental, and then we sent them back. They worked on it too, and then sent it back, and then I recorded my vocals, and then we melt this all together. So that was a really cool experience. It was our first real collab, it's real first that we like hand in hand worked with that song. But they did write the lyrics to the song. Ben the Hand, I don't know who wrote on it. I know that Ben wrote on it, but they wrote the lyrics to it, and we really connected with the lyrics. So we're like, hell yeah. Like that song is really good. Let's just try and add that like our Sucker Punch flavor to it, and then it created that song, which is like working so well. I'm not surprised. I love the song. Hell yeah, doing so great right now. I'm really stoked on that.
That's one of my favorites too.
Hell yeah, glad to hear that.
Well, on the same idea of collaborations, what's your dream collaboration if it could be anybody?
Okay, there's a couple ones. Like working with Simple Plan would be a blessing because Simple Plan's out of like Canada, out of Montreal, mostly out of like Quebec, and also because they're called Simple Plan SP and we're called Sucker Punch SP, so that would be like SP square would be cool. Would love that. Also a band that's like rising right now is called Honey Revenge. Love them. Like their music is so freaking awesome. It's like funky pop punk, dancey pop punk. So cool. Lyrics are so relatable. Singer's amazing voice. Instrument is fucking incredible. The music is like so fun. It's so dancey, so nice. It's like I would love to collab with them, like shows going and stuff. We feel like we fit together. Yeah, having Devin sing on one of our songs would be a dream also. We actually have one song that would fit so much. When you don't have that connection, you can't make it happen, but maybe someday. We never know, but like Honey Revenge would be a really cool band to work with. Probably others that the other boys would think about. Stage Champs would be cool also. That fits our style also. That'll be great. I'd say that for now. We have some collabs already going on that we'd want to have, and we actually got them, so that's cool. I don't know if I can say it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the voice said I can say it or not. But like, when is this coming out? Like this interview?
This would probably be a month-ish down the road. Yeah,
Okay,
don't feel like you have
probably
to share
say
anything extra.
I could say it now, and then if the boys say no, we'll just cut it out. If you're okay with
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can
So
cut anything out. That's
what I can definitely say is we've worked in a collaboration with this artist from LA, California. It's called Travis. Travis with an X. He's an up and coming pop punk singer. We really like his style and his songs, and we feel like we can do something really cool with him. So we did a collab. I went to LA to record the vocals also, which was really a nice experience. So we got like some footage done at the same time for social medias and stuff. And we created the song that is coming out more so in like about a month-ish. We're preparing this for sending it to distribution right now. So it's like close to being out. Like it's a month or so. It's a really cool song. I can say the title's called 99. It relates to like Vans Warped Tour and like the good old days of like those like festivals and stuff like that. Kind of like wanted to go back then, like back to that time, you know. So it's a really cool song. Nostalgia kind of vibe.
Mentioned Honey Revenge too.
Yeah.
We just recently saw them in concert on their Meet Me at the Altar tour.
Ooh.
And
Meet Me on the Altar also is an amazing band.
Caleb's in love with them.
Yo, Honey Revenge, so good.
So good, like so good. Like it's my biggest discovery, like of like the past 2 years. Hell, I work out on a Honey Revenge. Not gonna lie. Like I put on their discography, like on Spotify. I'm just fucking working out. Such a nice like sound to work out to. It's like to dance to, to move to. So it's just so cool.
We got some good footage of them too, so hoping to reach out to them and
hell yeah,
go do some work with them. Hopefully, yeah.
Send that to the universe for you.
Right.
Let's go. Let's go.
Cross our fingers. We got this. Everything's gonna happen that we want.
It's gonna happen.
Next month.
I love that.
I believe it. Okay, so you kind of already teased some songs coming up.
Yeah.
Is there album or EP coming anytime soon?
We've recorded, like, we always record in, like, batches of songs. As you know, like, as an independent artist, if you want to really get the best out of, like, what you've created, it's better to, like, release it every, like, single by single, because you want all of your songs to get the attention that it deserves. Because we know, like, when you release an album, sometimes, like, 1, 2, 3, 4 songs max can have, like, love, and then the rest will, like, fall under the rug, sadly, and sometimes those are like hidden gems, and you're just like, oh, you know that song from that band? I never heard it, but like it came out like a year ago, and you're just like, why did I never like see that or heard that? Also with the digital era, we're trying to like use that as much as possible, get every song the attention that it deserves, doing reels and like TikToks on every song to like, push it, get people to see and hear it, and also. Again, as an independent artist, it all comes out of your pockets. When you put out money on creating songs. It's also fun when like every song gets their time to shine. Sometimes it's not working out, like the song is not listing, but it happens. But at least it got that timing that it deserves, you know, that time to shine. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But if it works, that's cool. So yeah, for now it's like mostly we're gonna release like single by single. Maybe someday we'll get like an EP or an album going. We never know.
You mentioned like some of the artists that you want to collab with, but what is kind of like the dream in the next year? What is kind of like big dreams in the next year or so?
Big dream would be to get on tour with a bigger band, like someone that could just do like hey, you know what? We like what you're doing. We're going on tour in like North America or the UK or South America or anywhere around the world, and just be like, we want you to hop on it. Like we want people to hear you, and that would be like, this is the biggest like goal, biggest dream that I think all of us have in the band. Jumping on a nice tour and opening for a band that we grew up listening to, or a band that's like up and coming right now. It would be like going on tour with like Honey Revenge. Like would be fucking dream, you know, like that'd be just so cool if we could get on a tour like that. It's a big yes. Again, like fingers crossed that we're gonna make something happen this year. Being able to tour in North America and having like a lot of dates and like having a lot of shows would be just perfect, because we would get to go around many different states and just being able to connect with people that listen to us already, or getting new people to connect with us and listen to our music.
And do you have any social media plugs that you want to bring out to the world to plug?
I'd say like mostly we're really on IG at SUCKERPUNCH same thing with TikTok at SUCKERPUNCH. If people want to connect on TikTok, we're working hard to try and make something happen with TikTok. We're like, it's so hard getting the algorithm to give you love. But we're steady posting. We're trying to break the algorithm, and that TikTok gives us a little chance and like connecting with people that love our music. and we'll continue posting, and hopefully it's gonna happen. I'd say mostly IG and TikTok are our biggest platform that we use as a band. People want to connect, and there's also YouTube. Let's not forget YouTube. We have like awesome music videos that we put a lot of money on.
Yes.
Please go watch them.
Everything's gonna be linked down in the description. Final comment, I just want to say I love the color of your beanie. Perfect color.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, thank you so much for coming on. And yeah,
thanks for having me. It's an amazing opportunity. Thanks for doing things like these, like doing interviews and stuff, and like shining lights on artists, spreading love, you know. And yeah, I'm really glad that you hit me up. And yeah, I'm happy to be here. Hey, I love your hat is the same color as my beanie. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, I noticed that, and I was like, oh my gosh, wow.
I just realized, like, when you were like leaning back, it was like a little darker, so I wasn't sure. It was like,
it's kind of like hard to see in the light.
Yeah, now you can see it. Yeah, it's close to the same color.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, my favorite color.
Mine too.
Hell yeah.
It's such a nice color. I love it.
Really nice, and yeah, so keep on doing this. We're gonna spread the love when once it's out. We're gonna freaking share it everywhere. And try and maybe help you get some other artists if we can help out. I'm gonna try and reach some people I know, and yeah. So let me know if there's like write to me if there's any people you think about, and maybe we could reach out. Like you said earlier, like Second Arbor. If you want, I can maybe find you a contact with the singer, and yeah. So let me know.
Awesome.
No, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean this means a lot. It's such a cool thing. So I'm really happy to be doing this tonight with you.